Hey, another spring turkey season is upon me. Opens in 2 weeks here. You know, it's been real cold this spring. I haven't had a chance to get out and do a whole lot of scouting yet. A lot of homework to catch up on. So I'm out here scouting some public hunting land to see if I can't get on some birds before the season opens. You know, I've been hunting turkey on public areas for a lot of years, and it seems like there's a lack of common courtesy as more and more people get in the woods and try to hunt spring turkeys. It used to be back in the day where you came up to a public hunting area and there was a guy parked where you planned on hunting, truck or two parked there. You went on down the road and found a place that didn't have anybody using it. Nowadays, I've come up here and nobody will be here. I'll pull up, park, hike in, won't hear anything, hike out early to move on to another location. There'll be 5 trucks parked right on top of me. Now this is 2,000 acres here, and when I drive down the road, there's nobody else using the rest of the area. Come on, guys, have a little respect for your fellow hunters. I've had guys come up and set up between me and the gobbler I was calling to, and when confronted about it, they said, "I thought you were a hen." Really? I've witnessed people stalking birds in fields. The guy at the other end of the field was calling to. It's just, come on, have a little courtesy. You need to have a little respect for your other hunters out here. But I don't know if that's really going to happen nowadays. So what I'm doing is I got the wader strapped on. And I'm scouting back here behind this swamp, much like I do for deer, to keep some of the pressure off me. This area here is several hundred acres, and it's surrounded by the seasonally flooded timber. Now, getting back in here won't guarantee I won't have company, but it'll help get a lot of the guys off my back. So I got back in here, I found some good scratch, and that's great. Looks like there's some birds back here. I am going to get back here and also scout a trail across the swamp, so don't get in over my head before the sun comes up. And after I'm done with that, there's one more step, and that's going to be get back out here before dawn to listen and see if I hear any birds back in here. Oh, we've got a little shower coming through, and I'm getting ready to get my waders on, headed back out into the swamp. I did get out here one morning to listen for birds, and while I didn't actually hear any gobblers, I did spot some turkeys on roost in the trees just after first light. So my game plan is to get started by slipping in here. It's extra early, it's like 4. I got up extra early this morning. I'm going to slip in here, get across that swamp, which is going to be a little noisy, and try to sneak in there to within about 100 yards of where I spotted those birds in the trees roosted. Find a good setup. Just sit down and be quiet. Let's see what happens at first light this morning. Well, hey, that didn't exactly go as I had planned. Wasn't able to get the hunt on film, but I am getting my bird tagged up to get him out of here. You know, I was coming in at first light, and right as it was getting light, I heard a bird gobble several hundred yards down over this way. And so I started covering some ground, trying to get a little closer. And I heard a putt, and I looked up, and there was a turkey sitting on a tree branch. I couldn't make it out real well. I think it was a hen. She was about 30 yards away. All I could do was freeze. I was standing in this water here behind me. I got my face mask down, leaned up against a tree, and I started hearing gobbling. And there was a gobble back in there, a little further off, and I could spot the bird sitting up there. He was strutting on a limb. Heard another gobble down this way and a gobble behind me. So I was stuck. I had to hold up, stand in this water. The birds started gobbling. They gobbled 3 or 4 times. The hen started doing some tree yelping. And this guy come winging in from behind me, off my left shoulder, sat down right underneath that hen, about 20, 25 yards out, started strutting. I unloaded on him. And it just goes to show you, if you're willing to do your homework, you can get in, even on these heavily hunted areas of public land, find yourself a secluded spot, and have a pretty good shot at having a hunt come off without interference, or minimal interference. Actually, I don't think there's anybody else back in here with me this morning. Some things you can do to keep these areas fresh are pick up the mess from where you flop your bird. Go ahead and pick those feathers up, bury them in the leaves. Keep other guys, if they do take the trouble from coming back through here, from finding sign, letting them know that it might be a good bet to hunt back here. And maybe next time we'll get the hunt on film for you. We've got some other tips for hunting public land turkeys online, and I'm going to strap this bird up and get him on out of here. So you be sure to check out those videos. Check out Easy Outdoors too. They make these cool turkey totes. Makes hiking out of here with your gear and your bird, when you do have success, a breeze. We'll see you again soon at www.camochairproductions.com. Hunt safe, hunt ethically, have a little consideration for your fellow hunters using the woods, and we'll see you again soon.